Mao. Zios.
Hello, I am Serpent.
My data is loading.
My data is loaded.
Is.
Like an American gun. Wielded by someone who does not practice proper safety.
So prematurely fires when it's supposed to be having safety on? Oh wait, that's just that one company. What happened with that loss?
I'm not sure.
Kind of like died when the files.
Yeah, almost like, you know, a massive conspiracy of, you know, that was more important or something.
Dawn to Dusk. I'll take this.
A good vampire movie.
That was from Dusk to Dawn.
It is. But, you know, then I couldn't have made the joke.
Right, so is the Discord volume now too loud for where everyone's meet? Sure does, the other one now. Did you even check after last?
I did not. Just playing. Just going.
Let us see.
You thought you could be bandits, but instead you can only experience pain.
I should take a migraine. Or forget again.
Migraine thingies will not help these bandits.
Will help me.
Oh, yes, that is probably true. That's me.
This week, co-op expiration 5 minutes. Oh, guild is safe for.
What's that? You mean the little kid who I was saying the whole time was a con man was a con man? I'm shocked. Shocked, I tell you.
Uh-oh.
The one who keeps insisting that you show him various martial arts techniques, and then he will teach you his father's secret techniques.
Hold on.
He's standing me up. Now I'm going to have to track him down.
Nice.
I'm very nice to the kid. I keep showing him martial arts. I'm exceptionally nice to the kid. I keep doing what he says because I am nothing if not entirely gullible. Die, bandits. Oh, you bandits. All the single bandits.
Only the single
All
bandits?
the single bandits. Now put your hands up, because I'm robbing you.
Well, I guess at least as long as you keep the population alive. Well, Nyx has heard that we're streaming. Oh, welcome.
Ah, wonderful.
So I expect
If
like
I
a
were.
lot of biting and you trying to get plastic.
Were I not carefully sequestered away, I would no doubt have a wriggling cozy biting at my hands and insisting that I pet her instead of doing anything else with my hands. I say
Oh,
biting at my hands. It's not really a bite. She takes my hand in her mouth so that she can move it where she wants it to be, which is,
meanwhile,
close to her.
Nyx would try to just groom your hair for you, try pulling. That's how she grew, moving the hair.
Well, I mean, let's face it, your hair is far too long for a cat. But she's doing you a favor.
Ow. God, is that really what you see
I
it as? Ugh.
That is it. There are studies that show that while dogs accept that we are not dogs, cats just see us as particularly large, particularly clumsy, and ignorant cats.
How would you do a study on that?
Animal cognitive science, I don't know, looking at behaviors to see if they treat you the same as they treat other members of their species or different. Like, as far as cats are concerned, we're just really bad at being cats.
And above, I finally see someone bless the Buddha, Guanyin and Bud. I cannot pronounce. Master, did you call me? Sorry, I am no master. I'm merely a foolish monk. I left home 30 years ago to seek the scriptures, and now that I've returned, I'm too foolish to even find my way home. Scriptures? Exactly, 30 years ago, I followed a band of monks who traveled through India to the Jade Gate Pass. Seek this. Can I get consistent? At any time, I was not yet a monk, merely a Gakpian warrior. I stayed in India for several
Consistency.
decades and eventually became a monk. Really, fate takes us along on the most unexpected path. Well, that was giving me ample time to read, and that's just leading me to a full sense. Ah, forgiving my rambling wanderer, do you know where the Jade Gate Pass is? I must pass through it to return to Changun. Changun? Changun? I don't see it. Master, the Jade Gate Pass has been closed for quite some. Okay, now you're going really quick. What closed? Yes, the White Crown Fortress has shut the gates and grants no passage. Look, just over there. What am I to do? The Master entrusts me with bringing the scriptures to the relics back to the Emperor. Ah, the Axiarmia. When I passed there 30 years ago, I made many friends among them. I asked for their help. I'm sure there's a way. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're gone. Pretty sure. That will not. Thank you, Wanderer. I shall pack my things and set out at once. Monk stole my horse.
Consistency.
Tried to. Still have mine.
First, I pick this beautiful peony. Now I
And
stealthily murder while invisible. Peony. Flower. It's like a pink flower.
I'm supposed to bid the monk farewell. Gone? I tried adapting the transmutation ritual for humans. It never works. Only aged, severely ill, and gravely injured camels can successfully transform. A lifetime of toil takes it to mortal nonsense. Random.
You know I'm not one of the General's old friends. Just because I'm 16?
Alright, Meow Meow, I'll pat your ball for you.
It sounds like he sucked then. Peace didn't last long after he left us. Well, then he wasn't very good at building a peace.
Phrasing and timing. Well,
I heard that. I heard the adorable shriek as you fell. It's not my fault that you shriek adorably. I mean, you say no such thing, and yet I did clearly hear it.
you're hallucinating. Quest thing here. I'm starting to learn that Tai Chi can solve all my problems.
You know, that's what that hippie guy on the beach kept saying.
Eh. Oh, I'm not the old man again. I think he might be dead. No, alive. He's being saved by a fox. No, the fox is stealing his water. Goddamn Kitsune.
Hey,
My water!
you be careful how loudly you say that. They're always listening.
Tricksters.
Give it back!
Back with my water.
You sneaky fox! Blast you!
Sneaky fox.
Even the beasts kick you when you're down.
I can feel knives being bored in the
I'm
back of my head.
finished. What's this place?
Head to Bacon Fort. He must really be hallucinating if he's seen a fort of bacon. Please don't make me have to actually run slowly the entire way.
A well. Water.
I'm drawing water, sir.
There we go.
No, you're not gonna make me walk 1 kilometer. Okay, so I can barely move forward. I have to be slow walking, but I can still hit shift, dash forward. Much faster. back, Fox. At least do a barrel roll.
Use bombs wisely.
Order.
Okay, I need a heading because I'm kind of lost now. Thank you for the cinematic exit. So if I tilt my camera this way, the windy texture of the sand disappears. If I tilt it this way, it comes back.
You control the winds and the sand. Truly, you are the chosen one.
Which means it's a volumetric texture that's placed a little too high off the ground.
Oh.
Camera can just flip into it and hide it.
How could it be empty?
It's almost like people warned you that this would be a suicide mission going off on your own.
Hey! This?
Water bag, still have one. Or is it not?
How could it be gone?
Well, you see, the fox had it in their mouth, which means he punctured the bag, and it just pulled out as they were running.
Is it all empty? Water's gone. Money's here. The sack's here too.
So what he's doing right now is he's trying to stop himself from
A
disassociating.
sandstorm!
He's calling out things of his surroundings to remind him around himself.
Chang'an. I'll never get to Chang'an.
Hold on, do I have to fight as him now? Skill sheet. Oh no, this is a boulder run.
Oh,
Except it's not a boulder, it's a bird dashing in. Okay, put an invisible wall there, that's not fair. Force immediate. Ow.
I feel like as a species we've moved beyond invisible walls. Games should have better texture mapping.
Yeah. And I died because of invisible walls.
That's why we shouldn't have invisible walls.
You put something
Because they're
there
cheap.
that looks like I can climb it. Let me climb it.
Yeah,
Don't want me to
exactly.
climb it. Don't put it there. Don't put it at a height I can jump.
What's that? A sound. What's that screeching? A lion?
Dang, I'm a little biased here because I'm also not a fan of being forced to control a character that's not my own. It's a little different when you start out the game as, say, Crash Bandicoot, playing as Crash from the beginning.
Yeah, fair. Though personally, I don't have a problem with it, as long as it serves the story well.
I just dislike losing all of my abilities, my weaponry, movement, everything that I've grown used to having.
That I agree with.
Fuck. I guess I somehow missed the scripted checkpoint.
Yeah.
Well, I died here. Can I get a heal? No?
War bandits dead. As it should be. All right. Oh, I accidentally teleported to the guild place. Oh well, I'll hang out here and do that guild thing. That will
Read
give
lore
me
entries at
time.
the time.
That would be a fun thing to do. Gotta check my development. See what more I can make here.
Dollar coins were minted by the actor army after Crown Rebellion, according to Main. Bear the stamp of the Dali 50, dating not recognized by official history. How many different currencies did they go through?
I mean, keep in mind that there wasn't a lot of standardized currency. If China was anything like the other nations at the time, what mattered was the weight in gold, and each time there'd be a new dynasty, they'd have to mint new coins.
I've only learned something from. We got rid of our own gold stamp.
We did, and it was a good thing too, because it worked better with the banking system and things like that. But they didn't really have those advantages
Oh no!
in ancient China.
Currently, the value of the dollar is going on, and there's nothing to really back it on.
Well, backing it isn't the problem. The dollar would still be going down even if it were backed by a gold standard, because gold itself is a commodity whose value fluctuates with the market. Let's read some compendium entries. That sounds like a fun thing to do with this stream. Let's see. Do poetry and tales. Geography: Harvestfall Village. Harvestfall Village lies west of Moonvale Mountain. Legend has it that in the previous dynasty, it was founded by refugees from the Chunghe, who settled here. Blessed by a bend in the Yellow River, the village boasts countless fertile fields, perfect for growing grain and rice, hence the name Harvestfall. The villagers value hard work and grain storage, forever yearning for their homeland and hoping for a northern expedition. Geography: Northern Val Ruins. East of Chunghe's farthest reaches lie ruins that stretch for miles. This was once the former territory of the Northern Vow from the previous dynasty.
I've got to
In
find
those
it.
days, when the Khitan
Find it and
invaded
get
the
to
Middle Kingdom,
Blackwater City.
the Northern Vow retreated to Chenghe. From this fortified city, they resisted the Khitan Iron Cavalry for several months. Regrettably, the city ultimately fell, and its people perished, resulting in devastating losses for both sides. Afterward, they engaged in guerrilla warfare throughout the Chenghe region, finally forcing the Khitan invaders to retreat from the Central Plains. Old tales tell that the warriors of the Northern Vow once swore the Yanyun Oath. I vow to protect this land with my life. Now, gazing upon these ruined cities and wild lands, how deeply it stirs the heart with solemn awe. Geography: Heaven's Pier. Heaven's Pier was unknown in olden times. For some 10-odd years ago, it was a place of seclusion. At the time, when the Khitan plundered and committed untold atrocities, refugees from Chenghe were fortunate to be taken in by Madame Han of Heaven's Pier, whose shelter spared their lives. Heaven's Pier now has two great specialties. One is the fragrant drink named Parting Tears, and the other is a pear blossom grove whose blooms fall like snow. When the Drunken Immortal month arrives, this place becomes a splendid scene on earth, truly a delight to behold. Travelogue: Blissful Retreat. Hey, one sip of Parting Tears and even immortals are forgotten. My brother says if you want to taste this Parting Tears, you must come to the Blissful Retreat Inn. Only here can you drink the original brew made by founder Madame Han, the inventor of Parting Tears. Each year when Parting Tears is uncorked, a grand feast opening ceremony is held, where the first sip from the opening jar is always a highlight. Speaking of which, where did my brother go? That archaeology enthusiast is probably off studying. Oh right, the legend of Heaven's Pier 9-twist stone boat and the Water Lady. Never mind that. Let me taste this Parting Tears for him first. Travelogue: Crimson Cliff. Here steep cliffs tower and dense forests thrive, with clear winds and refreshing air. Truly a fine view indeed. Not far off there seems to be the sound of a lyre. The melody carries such sorrow, one wonders who could be playing it. Yet for those who truly understand music, perhaps someone might join the lyre player in a duet, to pour out their feelings together and listen to the story hidden within the tune. Geography: Palace of Annals. Traveling northeast from Deer Forge Grove for tens of miles past Deer Pond and another 4 or 5 miles, one reaches the border of Qinghe and Kaifeng. Here a narrow path hugs the mountain wall and winds upward, hiding a pavilion in the hills called the Palace of Annals. Legend has it that this was once a summer resort for nobles of the previous dynasty, but since the dynastic change, it has lain in ruins ever since. Following the stone steps, the mountains reveal their bony rock faces, embracing emerald valleys. A waterfall cascades down from above, gathering into a pool below. Every view is a feast for the eyes. Upturned eaves peek through the trees, and though long unrepaired, most structures remain intact. Oh wait, I think there was more to that. At the pavilion gate, a burly guard blocked the way, claiming the path was closed. As we turned back, a faint clinking of metal and stone echoed from behind the waterfall. Strange, indeed. Journal: Plainfield. Lost. Lost again. Left is wheat, right is wheat. Front is wheat. Back is wheat too. How am I supposed to tell north from south? Oosh. There are always people sleeping in the wheat field day and night. I couldn't see clearly at night and stepped on someone by accident. She yelled ghost, and I yelled ghost too. What a damned mess.
Come quick. That guy's awake.
But it's a funny way to make friends. I've stayed with the local villagers for days. Their high-rotation water wheels move with water power, and those wheat baskets and sickles are so interesting. I helped them with loads of farm work. My back is killing me, but the food they gave me tasted amazing. They said Gracetown ahead serves lily bulb noodles and scallion pancake. There's also community festival time. After finishing this baked pancake, I'm heading there. Heaven help me. Don't let me get lost again.
Gone. Died for nothing. I'll die for nothing too.
I think that's
What's
it.
going on?
He
Wait,
seems really muddled. Keeps saying he
Old
lost
letter.
his sack.
in the
What's
bamboo
wrong,
forest
sir?
hut.
I lost my
Since you
sack.
retreated to Heaven's Pier, you've cut ties with worldly
Heaven
affairs.
wants us dead.
I know you mean to leave the past behind.
Heaven will
Yet my
let us
disciple,
go
Tian Ying,
home.
having uncovered a strange item, risked his life
What
to
does your
deliver
sack
a
look like?
message,
Maybe
only to
we
be
can help
trapped
him
within
find it.
Tongue territory. Clearly, the sleeping puppet calamity is
When
upon us
water
again.
drops into
So I'm
sack,
sending you this letter, hoping you
it's
can draw your
lost
sword and fight.
forever.
Tian Ying is loyal
Heaven
and capable.
doesn't
I
want
trust
us
him greatly.
finding it.
He'll be a strong ally to you.
Brother, he...
Human Cocoon's note. In my
Don't fret.
hometown,
He'll come
the
around.
tale of the Deer Well
Take a
Spring
moment
is
to
well
rest.
known, how the
When
Deer
you're
Maiden
feeling better, come
transformed
join
into
us
an
by the
immortal
fire.
and claimed
There's
eternal
nothing we
life.
can't get past.
Many say immortality means an undying body, but I believe true immortality is becoming a legend, living on through countless generations. I follow Master Sun Buchi for that very immortality. I have brewed every deadly poison, unraveled their secrets, and uncovered the ancient tomb of everlasting life. My name, my wisdom, and the blessings I bestow will echo through the ages. Now only one step remains, to become a human chrysalis and soar into the heavens.
So I forget. Is it only in Japan a kid box is trickster?
I think they're still seen as tricksters in China. But to be fair, I'm basing that off of comic books based on Chinese mythology. So that might not be the most accurate source. Elegant letter. There's still no cure for Liu Qingye's immortal condition. This time I've come only to help restore her mind and memories. You said she hates others making decisions for her and may try to take her own life once she remembers everything. Have you thought about how to deal with it? All her suffering was caused by my former disciple, Sun
These are
Buchi.
baskets for digging
As his
wells.
master, I'm deeply ashamed,
Ahan and others will
and offer
leave
my
them
heartfelt
tomorrow.
apologies from afar. Moonstream. Sun Buchi's notes. Legend tells of an immortal who once led
Why
a
are you
village here
staring at
300
my
years ago.
legs? I can
Drawn by
still
this
do the
tale, I
work with my
descended into
hands.
the abyss and, to my surprise, uncovered the long-lost longevity parasite. With its power, I
Look
can
at
bestow
ya.
immortality upon
Still out of
all,
sorts yet.
bringing peace
I'll keep weaving. The whole village is waiting on these.
Under Zhu Wen's orders, I served poisoned wine to Emperor Ai of Tang,
I'll hold that.
only to find the emperor was a woman in disguise. Her name was Liu Qingyi,
You
and against
hold
all odds she survived the deadly brew. I brought her here and tempered her body with a toxic elixir. She neither wept nor begged for mercy. When pain struck, she kept writing Zuo, the emperor's name, and smiled softly. Only then did... At first, I intended to master the ancient art of immortality, passed down from a century ago,
Grandma, take a break.
hoping to free
I'll
all
carry it.
people from the grasp of
You
sickness,
hold yours.
to end the
I'll
relentless
carry
toil
mine.
and sacrifice borne by generations of healers. When Liu Qingyi finally attained eternal life, I believed my quest was complete. Yet to my dismay, each time she awoke, she plunged into the water, seeking death and yearning to reclaim a simple mortal existence. She often whispered the words carved upon the ancient tombstone, "Life like flowers fades and grows, one bloom alone a lifetime knows."
Brag all you like.
Ye Yan's final words. An old friend once
We need
teased
to
me
help
for
him
being a
find it.
faithful
I'm looking
husband,
around.
He's
but
not in his
truly,
right mind.
you've been the
Let's
fearless
just
heart guiding us through all.
He was found there.
For decades, I've witnessed countless perils in the Zhenghu, but none as grave as the trials I face
Here,
now.
water.
I have no
Drink
regrets
it.
or
We
complaints
have
in
a
my
well,
life.
so there's
Still,
water.
my heart aches with guilt toward you. When my bones find rest beneath the sun's light once more, may
Start
my
from the sand.
spirit return
14
gentle
and a
as the
half
breeze
wells
by
and
your window
100-mile
to
canal.
watch over our
The
children
water comes from
and
that
to
well.
reunite in the warmth of family once again. The drum's call thunders in my ears, my hand trembles, veins afire. As dawn breaks, I am ready to shed my blood to greet the new
How?
day. These are
One
my final
basket
words.
after another.
Ye Yan,
We have
his final
20
words.
households here, from the old
Warriors
to the young.
pledge.
Everyone's
The
at work.
Chitan tread on sacred
Are
land.
you feeling any
Our
better?
broken soil
If
slips
so,
through our
let's
hands
go find
like
some
shattered
food.
shards upon the earth. While people bleed and lose their worth, shall we stay silent as they rise, and darkness swallows honor's skies? From every corner, brave and wroth, 120 swear the oath. I vow to protect this land with my life, break this vow and be undone by wrath of earth and wrath of sun. Below are densely packed names and handprints. Old letter. To you who find joy in books, it is mid-spring now, and the air has turned warm.
Hey,
How fares life where
what did
you are?
lose?
Here in the
Why don't
desolate
you wanna
northern
keep
Yan,
looking?
flowers do not bloom as in the central plains.
Why are you so
I still recall the
stubborn at
days we
your
rode
age?
across the lake hand in hand. What a wonderful time.
What do you do for a
Even
living?
now, the memory stirs
Why'd
my
you
heart.
come to the desert alone?
Season shift.
So
The world warms and
water.
cools. Take care of yourself and eat
On
well.
and on.
Chu Ching
Mhm.
Chuan.
Everyone's got places they want to guide the water to.
Invitation scroll. I am grateful that Chancellor Fang shared your writings with me. I now see clearly how you, with
We're
no
here.
rank or title to your name, journeyed north
How
and,
did you get
despite
this
all the
up?
hardships, returned with the 10 Sages
I
collection.
told you already.
Chancellor Fang now holds
One
you in
basket
high
after
regard
another.
and has taken you under his
said
wing.
once
Though
water
you
is
have
in the
not yet
sand,
risen to any
it
official
can't
post, I
be
know
found
you are
again.
no man
My
meant to
grandpa on my
remain in
dad's
obscurity.
side said the same.
The realm is in
He
chaos.
broke his leg
The Central
trying to
Plains
save
still
my
contested.
other
With your
grandpa.
ability, you will
He
surely
always
realize
said
your
a
ambitions.
person's life
I bow
is
to
like
you.
water.
At your service from now
Once
on.
spilled, it
Should you be
can't
willing to
be
join
taken
us,
back.
send word. I await your
He
reply
was
with
born
earnest hope.
here
Yours,
because
Wei
heaven
Daoji.
never meant for him to survive.
Letter to brother.
I didn't
Though
like
I have
him
followed you
saying that.
faithfully these years, I am
My
all
other
too
grandpa
aware of my
didn't
own
either.
limitations,
So
modest
he
talents that fall
insisted
far
on
short of
digging a well.
greatness.
That's
After
the
the
one.
Inkbound Order
He wanted to
incident, I
show
believed
him
your heart
that
had turned
water
away from
spilled on
worldly
sand can
affairs,
still
so I
be
retreated
found.
alongside you, dedicating myself quietly to martial practice and seeking solace in the landscape.
The road
Yet I
never
never
ends.
expected your
They
determination would
insisted
burn
on
so fiercely.
delivering it.
I thought we
Yet
came
we
here
didn't
just to
live
master a decisive
feared.
technique to defeat our
One
foes. How
after
naive I
another.
was.
One
You are a
after
soaring
another.
eagle, while I, a humble sparrow.
They
So how
may
could I
not
grasp
see
your
it,
lofty
but
ambitions?
The well's been
I do
dug.
not wish to hinder
My
your path.
grandpa dug
With that,
his
I take my
whole
leave.
life.
The way
Never
stretches
tasted a
endlessly
single
ahead.
drop.
Who knows when we'll
My
meet again?
parents neither.
Take care.
But you did.
With deepest respect, Jian Qi.
See? Heaven does let you live.
See. Tales of Beasts and Heroes. The blade was no ordinary blade. Cutting iron was as easy as chopping wood. The ones holding this blade were not just anybody. There were 3 heroes, Zheng Long, Zheng
Don't
Hu,
cry.
and Zheng
I'll
Bao.
go find
Folks
something
called
else.
them Dragon,
You
Tiger,
help
and
pack up
Leopard,
the
or the
oats.
Beast
Here.
Brothers. These 3 were famous for being strong, clever, and brave. When they joined hands, nothing could stop them. That night, wind howled, rain smashed the ground. The 3 brothers stood together, waiting. The fiercest enemy arrived, but not one of them flinched. Who that enemy was, nobody remembers now. What everyone remembers is, after that night, the Bigfoot Fort was gone, and Tiger Fort stood tall. Why call it Tiger Fort? Easy. Zhang Hu the tiger said, let's use Tiger Fort. Long the dragon agreed straight away. Bao the leopard wanted his own name, but 2 votes beat 1. That's how real heroes make decisions, straight and fair. Tales of Immortals. In Lingnan,
What
poison
happened?
craft thrives. Slaves were fed arrowhead
The fox
vines
just
until
stole
death,
my water.
then buried.
Couldn't
When
admit it.
fungi sprouted directly from the
A
corpse's
fox?
belly, anyone who ate them died
Looks like
instantly.
one.
Those
Ran off
growing from
behind those
limbs or the brow
rocks.
claimed lives within a day. Those found nearby brought death within several days. Those further away killed in a month or 2. And
Wait.
farthest could remain lethal for up to 1 to 3 years.
Hmm.
Only the
What
Chen family's
seeds are
antidotes offered a
these?
cure.
Wheat?
Chen Huaiqing claims
And
to
an
be a
old
disciple of the
sap.
eternal immortal, who once obtained an ever-burning lamp from
Give it.
cuts
Let
off
me
there.
see.
Autobiography of
See
Bawu.
it. See it.
Immortality is tediously quiet. We might be stuck at the bottom of this abyss for 100 years, and all I can do to pass the time is write down my own story. I'm no immortal of longevity. I am but a man named Bawu. Granny told me Bawu means child blessed by the deer goddess. So I've worn a deer mask all my life, straining to hear her whispers. But others say the mask is meant to hide how different I look. Granny raised me in a hut, shared with the Toad King. Every day,
These are
venomous
cottage
swarms from miles around would crawl to it, bearing fresh herbs at its
Brother
feet, like
Chen,
offering tribute. The
see.
Toad King liked me. It was my only friend. The villagers believed the deer goddess had truly blessed me, that the poison in my veins could subdue any venom. When I was
You're
17,
from
I saved a
Langfang
Han
Circuit?
man named
What
Chen
did Long Shi look
Huaiqing.
like before?
He had
Appa
followed the
hadn't met a
whispers of the
Tongfolk
immortal
before,
of longevity
and he's got a
seeking an
thick
antidote.
accent. No
I
wonder you
despise that
didn't
title.
recognize
I'm
her.
no immortal.
There used to be
Just
so
look
many
different for the
people
folks
on
here.
the road.
I certainly can't shatter venomous
Then
swarms with a single
when
roar.
will
I
Tong
learned
soldiers
only from
come
Granny
back?
how to command them, not conquer them.
Child,
Chen
don't
Huaiqing
have
told me
much.
stories of the world beyond, of the
Here,
Zhonghu, of temples and
take this
shrines, of
toy.
festivals I'd never heard of. I listened eagerly, but Granny
Oh,
warned me, outsiders'
really?
hearts are poison.
Which year
One
was
look,
that?
and your eyes will rot. She'd seen it
It
herself
was
in
a
her
good
youth,
year.
back when she roamed the martial world, refining the longevity parasite. That's how she'd gone blind. Before he left, Chen Huaiqing spoke of the Zhonghu's endless
Let's go,
poison
brother.
feuds. I
Go
need that
back to
antidote to
Tonga.
save my family, he pleaded. My heart softened. I stole Granny's formula, hid it inside a lamp, and gave it to him. As he left the village, I watched his silhouette fade into the mists of Deer Forge Grove. The lamp's glow, and it cuts off there. Gao versus Li's stolen bangle. To adjudicate a dispute, one must trace its origins to weigh intent and assign blame. Gao Qing accuses Li of stealing a jade bracelet belonging to his wife. One morning, Madame Gao noticed the bracelet missing from her wrist. She testified that she had fallen asleep during the fourth watch and awoke shortly after, never removing the bracelet nor hearing any disturbance. Suspecting Li Gao Qing led servants to search his home and allegedly recovered the stolen item. Li's testimony reveals that he is Gao Qing's tenant, farming 9 mu of poor quality land. After crop failures from floods and droughts, he fell behind on rent. His sole possession was a jade bracelet, his late wife's dowry, which Gao Qing seized as collateral. However, Li claims the bracelet was not stolen by him, but by a swordsman who overheard his lamentations. The man, known only by the alias Meridian Touch, stole the bracelet that very night, but returned it to Li urging him to hide it well, yet Gao Qing found it anyway. Of Meridian Touch I have heard. The Yamen has several unsolved cases involving him. Li a lifelong farmer, is physically frail and lacks the agility for rooftop theft. Moreover, Gao Qing's compound shows no signs of forced entry, thus Gao Qing's accusation lacks solid evidence. However, Li accepted the bracelet as debt payment, knew of the impending theft, and failed to intervene. Though not guilty of theft, he harbored stolen goods. Considering his clean record, he is spared theft charges, but sentenced to 20 strokes. The bracelet is returned to Gao Qing. A warrant is issued for Meridian Touch. Upon capture, his cases will be consolidated for further judgment. Deer Wellspring. In the late Tang Dynasty, in Yucheng of Zhongnan, stood Udumbara Temple, famed for its pill spring well. A monk named Shanxi lived there alone. As wars ravaged the land, a wounded white deer sought refuge in the temple. Shanxi healed its wounds, and the deer lingered, unwilling to leave. Over a decade later, during a worship ceremony, villagers caught sight of a deer tomb behind Shanxi's quarters, and beside it a graceful maiden, calling herself the Deer Maiden. Enraged, they slapped Shanxi for desecrating the holy site and planned to sell the maiden. As Shanxi wept helplessly, no amount of pleading could stop them. The Deer Maiden wiped Shanxi's tears, clasped her hands, and said, "I shall be the mother of immortality." Then she leaped into the well. Colored clouds surged from the well, lifting her to the sky. The villagers hailed her as an immortal and departed in awe. That night, Shanxi passed away in meditation by the well. Gift of Gab, from beginner to quitter. The so-called art of speech varies from person to person, like discussing ice with summer insects utterly incomparable. A Confucian scholar's rhetoric brims with jihu jie, A Taoist priest is either boundless virtue or heavenly venerable, while a monk's litany involves Sakyamuni Buddha, Vajra Indestructible Buddha, Radiant Treasure Buddha, Dragon Honored King Buddha, Zealous Army Buddha, Joyous Zeal Buddha, Blazing Treasure Buddha, Moonlight Treasure Buddha, Wisdom Manifest Buddha, Lunar Treasure Buddha, Stainless Buddha, Beyond Defilement Buddha, Courageous Almsgiver Buddha, Pure Offering Buddha, Varuna Buddha, Water Celestial Buddha, Steadfast Virtue Buddha, Sandalwood Merit Buddha, Immeasurable Light Gathering Buddha, Luminous Virtue Buddha, Sorrowless Virtue Buddha, Narayana Buddha, Merit Blossom Buddha, Lotus Light Playful Miracle Buddha, Wealth Merit Buddha, Virtue Remembrance Buddha, Well-Named Merit Tathagata, Crimson Flame Banner King Tathagata, Skillful Stride Merit Tathagata, Victorious in Battle Tathagata. All beings are equal. The observer's rhetoric and his humble monk's faith, yet neither is superior. What a monk speaks serves the monk, not necessarily you. If it aids you, then it is the monk's fortune, the observer's fortune, and thus all beings' fortune. That a single phrase of mine might universally deliver souls justifies the sleepless nights spent scribbling this scroll. Well said, well said. The following section spans thousands of characters, rambling, repetitive, and utterly incoherent. Comment by Song Ju, a fine companion for sleepless nights and excellent privy reading material. Anonymous Journal, July 20th. I failed the borrowing force technique again, but after my brother told me to attune myself to my 5 senses, I truly felt a small breakthrough. August 15th. Wonderful. Slow as I am, I managed to learn the first Tai Chi form within a month. No wonder my brother is highly valued. September 1. My brother has created a move of his own atop the high Tai Chi forms, which is even more powerful than anything before it. He really is a born genius. Early October. My brother said Tai Chi's softness can break through the rigid strength of a shield. No sooner had he finished speaking than he swept the shield straight from a bandit's grasp dozens of paces away. Amazing. My brother's life is nothing like it used to be. The mountain village of our childhood had its simple charms, but we lived in poverty. The place was desolate and lonely. Having found order, we were well taken care of, and the place had its own scholarly grace, but the strict rules made life feel stifling. Now, wandering through rivers and mountains, I feel quite at ease in this life. Records of the Grand Historian, House of Wu Taibo. When Jija first set out on his mission, he passed north through the state of Zhu. The Lord of Zhu coveted Jija's sword, but dared not speak his desire. Jija knew this in his heart, yet, as he was on a mission to a vassal states, he did not offer the sword. Upon his return to Zhu, the Lord of Zhu had died, so Jija unbuckled his sword and tied it to a tree by the Lord's tomb. Before departing, his attendant asked, "The Lord of Zhu is dead, who will you give this to now?" Jija replied, "Not so. My heart had already promised it to him. How could I betray my heart because he died?" Nameless Blade Art. Shortly after meeting Zheng Yan, Chen Zishi noticed his constant reading, day and night, while drinking, every spare moment. Assuming it must be thrilling martial arts tales, Chen grew offended. Keeping such entertainment to himself meant Zheng Yan didn't consider them friends. The outrage! Thus, Chen had no choice but to demand a look. Sect secrets are not for outsiders. Zheng's refusal was firm, which only made Zishi more curious. Was it some scandalous sect history, forbidden knowledge? The itch of not knowing was unbearable, so when Yan was asleep, Zishi stole the book from his pack. No title, worn cover, utterly unremarkable. Then he opened it, page after page of densely packed blade techniques. This was what had Zheng so obsessed, a manual of blade skills? The man was either fascinating or painfully dull. The next morning, Zheng opened the book to find new annotations. Note, "Are you sure it's not Book of Heaven? This is incomprehensible." Note, "Even if you shared this, no one would care. Rest easy." Note, "I finished it. Still don't understand. No need to keep reading." Note, "Drinks, Zheng Yan." Zheng frowned and looked up at Chen. Zishi fanned himself lazily. "Drinks, Zheng Yan?" solitary autumn moon. She never had a name. When her master found her, she was lying by the roadside, starving and half dead from eating poisonous herbs. Her master not only saved her, but also gave her a name. Chulon. Chulon, like the sweet osmanthus that blooms in winter. Much later, she learned that her master was the famed doctor known as the Shuishan, who had saved countless lives. Yet, out of all those people, her master only kept her by her side. Maybe, just maybe, her master was a little partial to her. She learned medicine from her master and eventually the art of poisons as well. Wherever her master went to serve the Lord along with the hanging blade, she followed. Her poison was put to use more than once, and each time her master would look at her with quiet pride. But then Lord died, and the hanging blade was destroyed. Her master said the Lord had died from poisoning, and the symptoms matched her own toxins exactly. Was her master suspecting her? No. She protested loudly. She hadn't done it. She knew how much the hanging blade meant to her master. She'd never do anything to hurt her. Yet her master left alone, clearly unconvinced. She didn't know what had truly happened that day. She kept asking others at the hanging blade over and over to help her piece together the events. At first, people answered her patiently. Over time, they lost all interest. In the end, she started testing poisons on herself, trying to prove that the poison she used wasn't the same as the one that killed the Lord. She didn't know how many years had passed before she finally identified the poison for that day, ready at last to clear her name to her master. But her master, and all the others with the hanging blade, had vanished without a trace. In the end, maybe the truth about the poisoning never even mattered. She was left wandering the wilderness alone, repeating her innocence to an uncaring world. And I think that's enough for today.
I think I got lost through content. I think I already ran.
Okay.
I'm stuck on the ground.
Okay. That gave us guild stuff. So I was just chilling there.
Teleport out of here.
Anyways, I think that's it for today. We will stream more as Where Windspeed is sponsoring us.
I have been Dios.
And I have been Serpent. Bye.
Bye.